Hey guys, last year I shot a video sharing my top tips on how to film yourself whilst driving. Though I used my bigger professional cameras in the video, I noticed that a lot of people were asking what mount I used when filming myself with the phone. So in this video I'm going to share with you guys some great tips on how I film myself with my phone, both inside and outside the car, and a few pieces of affordable gear that you can pick up which will make filming yourself with the phone a whole lot easier and better. So join me as I take a drive to one of my favourite beaches. And while we're on the way, let's shoot some cool video with the mobile phone. When I shot that video last year in which I shared some of my top tips filming myself whilst driving the car, a lot of people, I would say most of the comments were actually dedicated towards how I was mounting the mobile phone onto the windscreen of the car, specifically what bracket I used. Now, I actually used this thing here, which is a little mount that you can get from iFootage. Now, this phone mount actually came with the vehicle mount camera system that iFootage sell, okay, which I've been using today, and it's still actually mounted up on the roof. So this was something that I never thought I'd use until I decided, of course, to mount the phone on the car. Now, it has a built-in, firstly there's a little rubber protector there, but it has a built-in Arca Swiss type plate here at the bottom, which is very convenient for when you want to mount it on a tripod, providing you have an Arca Swiss type tripod head. But the bit I'm really interested in is this little clamp here, which is going to hold the mobile phone, plus the actual 1/8 inch thread here at the bottom, which is going to actually mount this on the windscreen. But before we mount this on the windscreen, we're going to actually have to get something like this, which is a suction cup. Now, these suction cups also came with the car mount system from iFootage, but I do believe that a suction cup is an easy enough thing to get hold of, and maybe even you can buy them individually from iFootage. I'm not too sure. I'll try and post as many links in the comments below. So the next thing I'm going to use here is one of these things, which is actually called a spider crab. Now, iFootage brought these out a couple of years ago, and they've been incredibly popular because they're a really handy and very versatile way of positioning and articulating a specific device, be it a camera, a microphone, a light, whatever. So now all I have to do is put these three bits together onto the windscreen of the car and fit my mobile phone, and away I go. I'm able to start filming myself, talking to camera or just driving, whatever, okay? So what I'm going to do here is actually just hold the phone and see where I kind of look okay. Maybe over here. I think that's a kind of a nice angle there. Okay, I could see that back, and I noticed that it looks great, but I'm kind of catching some of the mirror there, so I need to be careful where I mount the device. But let's just try here. Now, also another thing to bear in mind is safety, and you don't really want to block out your view of oncoming cars. So when you are mounting the suction cup to the window, just make sure that you know, it's in a good place. And right now it's actually behind the mirror, so this is actually not blanking out any of my view whatsoever. So once that's in place, put this little screw in here, like so. Can you see what I'm doing? Then I get my phone mount and I stick it on here, and this goes on very easily. Now, the beautiful thing is this huge articulation here with this thing. Like, I'm moving it all about, and once I just kind of find a place for it, I'm gonna just lock up this top screw here, and it's so convenient. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna just lock in place there for me nicely. So all I have to do now is just open out these two things, straighten it out a little bit, and away goes my phone right there. And now I'm being filmed by my phone. So if I want to just adjust things a little bit, I'm sure I can. Sometimes it's nicer to have yourself kind of a little bit more back like that. Now, this is the front facing camera. It is easier to film with the front facing camera, as you can frame up the shot and position yourself nicely. But usually on phones, the front facing camera isn't as good in terms of quality. But on a bright day like today, it looks pretty decent. And if you look closely, we're even getting a little bit of that nice motion blur on the roadside. If you're filming yourself driving, even with the mobile phone, and you're kind of messing around with gadgets, let me tell you guys, never let the camera or anything like that put you at risk whilst driving. From all that safe driving talk, I kind of worked up an appetite. Time to pull in and have a snack. Oh, bloody, oh God. Do you ever stand in seaweed and it just oozes that sort of slimy brown crap? Got some nice food with me today. A wrap. I say hip, hop, hip it to the hip, hop, and you don't stop. Now, as I drive up this fairly narrow country lane, you'll probably notice that the audio coming from my phone and the audio coming from the Canon R5 is a little bit different. I'm going to hazard a guess that the audio coming from the Canon R5 is marginally better than the iPhone. The iPhone's audio is actually not bad, but it's not great either. I'm going to show you guys how to get much better audio with your phone. But first, as I drive on this really cool section of road, I want to try filming using the phone on the roof of the car. Again, all I'm going to use is the iFootage suction cup, the little spider crab arm, and the phone mount. So aerodynamics is going to be a big thing here. Aerodynamics. So I've just shot a video there on the roof of the car with the phone, and I think it turned out sort of okay, and it gave me a few ideas. When I look back at it, I could see that my steering wheel was sort of cut off halfway, and I was saying to myself, wouldn't it be nice if I could do a social media style vertical video pointing down into the car? But what if, instead of, you know, the disastrous audio coming from the phone, which is going to be on the roof of the car, what if I actually tried to use a wireless mic and talked from inside the car here, going straight into the phone? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? So now it's time to upgrade the audio in the phone. I'm going to place the phone up on the roof of the car, and I'm going to use the audio coming from a wireless microphone, such as this one, the Rode Go 2. Great little wireless microphone system. That's the transmitter there, that's the receiver, that's the lightning connector there that anyone with an iPhone is going to be familiar with, and then you have a little adapter for a mini jack. Now you'll notice here that this cable, this Godox cable from a little Godox microphone I have, happens to have 4 different points here. So you're going to need that when you're using it with your iPhone, as opposed to a 3-part connector here. So just remember that, get yourself what you call a TRS connection. Very simple to get. There's any amount of them available on Amazon and elsewhere. So that goes in there like that, and then this goes into the iPhone. So if I record myself now, I should be getting audio coming from my Rode wireless microphone here into the iPhone right here. So now all I have to do is just mount the phone up in the bracket here on the sunroof and see what kind of cool shot I can get of me inside the car driving along and talking into the wireless microphone. I think that's going to be pretty cool. And remember that you can probably use any lav with your phone once you connect it properly. So this is Blackhead, County Clare, and it's one of my favourite areas. That's a little lighthouse down there that can be seen if you're across in Galway City. And if you look at all this land to my right hand side, this beautiful sort of sweeping, very interesting looking landscape, this is all what they call the Burren, which is a famous limestone landscape, absolutely beautiful. Alright, so I'm not exactly the best tour guide, but you get what I'm doing here. Vertical videos like this are always kind of cool for social media. How does that look? Oh, close one. Now, so this is a sort of a slightly different angle, isn't it? So basically anywhere there's glass in the car, you can just mount that cup and that little articulated arm and the bracket that holds the phone, and Bob's your uncle, you're away with it. So if I wanted, I could mount it on the passenger window. I could get it up here really close. There's just no limits to the way you can mount it. It's just really cool. I wanted to try a shot from outside the car through the windscreen using a longer spider crab arm so that it would point down into the car a bit. Always a good idea to use a polarizer filter here to reduce reflections on the windscreen, even if, like me, you don't have a proper phone one and have to velcro on a 67mm filter. For some bizarre reason, my iPhone stopped recording as soon as I pulled away in the car. The volume down button on an iPhone will stop and start recording in video mode, so I have a feeling that got pressed accidentally by the bracket. So watch that when you're setting up your phone to record. Now on the topic of iPhones, if you use one and you want a little bit more cinematic control over your phone videos, well then I'd highly recommend downloading the brand new app from Blackmagic Design, in which you will get a high level of professional control over your iPhone videos, which is really cool. Now if you do download it and try it out, make sure to press record, unlike me here. But just do watch the latency. Not sure what's going on, but it is a bit of a thing at the moment. Okay, so I've just downloaded the new... Bit of latency there, is there? What's going on? Oh my god, that's pretty bad. I did get around to filming outside the car again, but it was late in the evening, and with the polarizer over the phone's lens, the image was kind of falling apart a little bit. But it still gave me a chance to test the audio, and the Rode Go 2 works perfectly through the windscreen. The cops pull me over. I just say, shooting a YouTube video. Surely you've bigger fish to fry. Let me just interrupt the video very briefly here and say that if you like this video, if you like the content, why not consider subscribing to the channel? I mean, you could do worse things, couldn't you? So yeah, a thumbs up is always good as well, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section and let me know how you are. So now I have the camera mounted quite close to me here. It's literally only about 2 foot away. It's wide angle on the iPhone 12, kind of capturing a lot. Getting the wheel, getting the window. If I put down the window, you'll see that it's tinted. And yeah, that's another thing actually. Tinted windows are quite good for filming in the car. It's kind of like an ND filter on your window. Very convenient. Thanks for watching the video, folks. I hope you liked it, and I hope that if you are filming yourself using your phone in the car, that you got a few good ideas from me here. Now remember, I happen to have this kit already. I didn't actually specifically buy any of these things to film myself using the phone. So there's loads of stuff available on the market that you can get, but I do like the iFootage stuff, and do check out the links in the description below if you want to pick any of this stuff up. And remember guys, as always, safety first. I really do mean it. If you are doing anything with your car like this, sometimes it can be distracting, and anything that makes you look away from the road ahead is not a good thing. That's all from me until the next video, guys. It's over and out. Take care and safe driving.